Thank you, Alyssa. Let's give her a hand. It took a lot of bravery for her to come up here. Thank you. And I want to point out the medics. Can the medics raise their hands, please? I got you. These are all the medics right here. Can the legal observers raise their hand, please? Or the legal observers with the green hats? And everybody that's patrolling, the marshals, can all the marshals raise their hand? These are all the people that are going to be with us when we march and keep the movement going through the streets. These are going to be the most important people that these are point people. And if anybody got any issues, the medics, call them. We'll get them to you. These guys want any snacks, any water, we'll get them to you. Cough drop. He has cough drops as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. And right now we're gonna be putting the mic in Taffy's hands. She's been going through so much, and her family's been being harassed by the police ever since the Sale Street incident had happened. They tried to burn her house on fire. DCYF has been involved, and it's been very disgusting situation with the way the state is treating his family all the way around the board. It's not fair at all, and these police are really gunning for her family. And I'm gonna let her speak right now. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am the mother of one of the children one of the mother of three of the children that was beaten and pepper sprayed on Sale Street. I have been through the ringer and back with what's going on when they beat our children on Sale Street on June 29th. There was three other mothers with three other children, my adult child that was arrested. We're still going to court. I had my house attempted to be set on fire. I've had death threats. I get my little fan mail in the mail from people with, ugly sayings, telling me I shouldn't be a mother. We have, we just ongoing things that I've been going through since I spoke up and spoke out against the police. We have another one of the families whose house was raided for stuff that wasn't hers, that was her boyfriend's, but it was obviously all put on her. And it wasn't even a lot of stuff at that. Not saying it wasn't wrong, but it wasn't even hers. But she's being crucified. DCYF been involved, taking children away, pointing guns in these kids' faces out of their sleep, mid-morning, putting guns in children's faces. So, it's been ongoing, and with us being pulled over, it's moving from Providence to Cranston. So it's just not the Providence police. We got the Cranston police. You got to worry about Newport police. You got to worry about Pawtucket, Central Falls, whoever. You got Cranston police telling you, go back to Providence. We ain't Providence. Go back to Providence. We got the same cop in Cranston. Did I write his name down on here? I'm not even sure. It's Ronald Farillo, who was the Cranston police that pulled everybody over. And I have videos of him pulling us over, asking me, how do I pay for my car? Asking me, what children, are these children mine? Pulling the kids out, making them sit on the street and searching vehicles, hoping to find something and not finding nothing. Nothing. And it's always, go back to Providence. You ain't welcome here in Cranston. You got the Cranston police did an illegal search 2 days after they did the raid with no kids in the house. No adults in the house, just teenagers. And they taking them out at gunpoint, underwear. In the rain, no socks, no shoes, just underwear. Females. No Cranston female cop searching these kids, but putting guns to them yet another day, 2 days later after you woke them up out of their sleep, putting guns to their heads. Now you calling them out their house again, putting guns to them. These kids are traumatized. When I mean traumatized, that's an understatement. These kids are worried and waking up in the middle of the night, one, wanting to go home to their mother. Two, because they're scared. Because they don't even want to be in Cranston because of what Cranston police did. Because they're scared of these guns. You don't put guns to kids' heads. You don't put guns like to a 10-year-old head. They ain't a threat. So why are you putting guns to their heads if they're not a threat? I'm just trying to think of. I got my little notes over here. I think, we, the Sales Street, as the Providence police will call it, the police will call it the Sales Street gang. We ain't no gang. But we, the Sales Street people who was affected, we asking for them to publicly I am still asking for them to publicly apologize. I'm still asking for them to be held accountable. We are asking for them to repeal the Leo board. And we are asking for them to defund the police. I also want you guys to take a look at the picture. You'll see a lot of us around here with these t-shirts on. It shows them pepper spraying our children. Nobody is a threat to them, even in this picture. This picture speaks a ton of words. And then you got the back. I'm going to turn my back to you so you can see my son's back. They beat him in his back for protecting his cousin. He didn't do nothing. All he was doing was protecting his cousin. His cousin did nothing. All he did was go into the street and say some words to another kid, and then the police attacked. As I said before, we have to stop. We have to stop them from hitting our children. We can't beat our kids. They can't beat our kids.
That's right. That's right.
We go to jail for beating on our kids.
Right.
We lose our kids for beating on our kids. So we're not going to allow them to beat on our kids. And it doesn't just, this is just the beginning. I used to be scared when this first all happened. I used to be scared to come up here and talk because of what was going on with me. I ain't scared. I'm ready for whatever they got to give. So I'm going to hand the mic over. Thank you.
Sorry.
We're going to go with this again, though, because, John DePietro, he just made a lot of jokes out of this. There you go. Say it again. It's Taffy. Taffii, like saltwater taffy. Thank you.
And you're a parent.
I am parents. I have 2 children that was affected.
Okay.
No, I have grandchildren that were sprayed on June 29th. Every last one of my children was affected that day. Just 2 of my children were arrested. But all of my children and all of my grandchildren, my family and my friends were affected on June 29th. So, like I said, I am one of the mothers of 3. But my nieces, my nephews were sprayed and beaten in grandkids on June 29th. Like I said in the first press conference, there was a 1-year-old that was pepper sprayed. And like I said, in this shirt, you see one of the Providence police spraying my son that didn't even do nothing. There's nobody next to these police, and they're spraying. They were just spraying recklessly. If you look on the body cams, you see them spraying children for no reason. They targeted my kids and my family before they started beating on my kids. They said, I want that she-male talking about my daughter because she's gay. They said, let's start this riot. And they started the riot all on their own. Just them against us. Mostly all children. Mostly all children. Nobody, the sad part is they came for an altercation that happened between neighbors, and it was done before they even got there. They're supposed to de-escalate, and all they did was escalate. They said, let's start the riot. So guess what? Let's start this motion.
I know that's right, Taffy.